From Hawaii, the anthem, Hawaii Pono'i. These are the 8 islands of mid-Pacific: Kauai, Niihau, Oahu, Molokai, Maui, Lanai, Kahoolawe, and Hawaii. Sending the music of the islands by Hawaiians to you across the sea. We're on the beach at Waikiki under the Moana Hotel's big banyan tree, and all of us here, including hundreds of visitors from many places, say aloha as Hawaii calls. Now your host at Waikiki, Webley.
I guess after that introduction, you know this is coming from Hawaii, I bet. Well, that's just what it's supposed to do. First, the beat of the drums, the long call from Hawaii. The Hawaiians with their language, the chant, the anthem. Then Jim and the big crowd here with a long aloha. Takes only a minute, and it's our way of letting you all know that Hawaii is on the air again. And now, is it romance you're after? Then we have it. Let's put you in fancy beneath a clump of tall plume-topped cocoa palms, the sun red into the sea, cool trade breezes rippling the water, steel guitar, voices of Hawaiians in Hawaii.
Come
Well, let's mingle a little rhythm with the romantic theme now. Say the voices of some Hawaiian wahinis, the big voice of a chant to pick it up, and then more voices of Hawaiian men in a stylized hula of the island. And from Hawaii, we send you Kalakaua.
Mai ulay kala 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 hey no sabu mama ulay kala oh my love if wa mai lay gamona if wa bi umona
There are a few places in the world where you look up and see almost anybody anytime. 42nd and Broadway, someplace in Paris, and Waikiki. I looked up a little earlier and I saw a fellow I've seen here times before. Member of the famous Royal Canadian Lombardo brothers, Carmen Lombardo, the one who writes the song. Hi, Carmen. Good to have you.
Nice to be back here.
I asked Carmen if he had written a song. And he got here, took one plunge in the beach, went up to the Royal Hawaiian Hotel, wrote a song. We got a copy, and we're going to sing it. How about it?
Thank you.
I want you to say hello to Guy and all the guys, will you? Guy,
hello, Guy, and all the boys
Guy
are
and
back.
all the guys. That came just out of
Hope you're all having a nice vacation. I'll bet you're not having as much fun as I am.
Well, that's a boy. Will you sit over here in our seat of honor and listen to your own song as we sing it?
Thank you.
Our own special arrangement.
Thank you.
Okay. This is called Aloha Nui Loa.
be ever faithful. My love will never die. All I knew, kiss me if I'm goodbye. I'll be ever faithful. My love will never
Mighty pretty. Alfred Apaka here at Waikiki singing Aloha Nui Loa, written by, right over there, Carmen Lombardo. Nice to have you with us, Carmen. Across the blue water now, across the white coral sands, the steel guitar of Kaylee sends its melody of Mauna Kea, and the waves send back an answer. Through that microphone yonder a few yards, I heard the waves of Waikiki. We call this our time for remembering friends we've met out here in these islands, and a thought with it for our own people who are away. These hundreds of visitors with us beneath the old banyan tree at Waikiki, from many states and provinces, each is thinking just now of someone back at home. And all of us wish you were with us here in Hawaii this fine day.
Hawaii Calls, music of the islands, from the islands, and each week the friendly greeting of the people of Hawaii from across the sea.
Right on, Jim. Let's not forget to say now, and maybe again later, that next week, on some of these stations in the East and Midwest, they'll be on at a new time, 2 hours later than now. Now, that's not for the West Coast, you far Westerners, but the East and Midwest and the South, part of the mountains and Southwest, will be on many of these stations 2 hours later from now on. So consult your radio columns to be sure, will you, or your mutual station.
And every week, Webb, from Hawaii will continue to send to the states and the provinces, the cities, towns, and the countryside the very best aloha of the people of Hawaii as Hawaii Calls.
Come over and see us sometime.
Maida hau yellow oh David go oh God and how a night among ya I don't go back and how a night among ya I don't go back
Looks like New Song Day on Hawaii Calls today. I sort of think you'll like this new one by a man of Honolulu who did Lovely Hula Hands, Howley Hula, I Will Remember You, and many others. Our Alex Anderson and our small Hawaiian lady with the name Haliloki Kahaolapua will sing it. You'll hear her say, remember I gave my aloha for as long as the waves meet the sand. For as long as the trade winds shall blow, I gave my aloha. From Hawaii, Haliloki Kahaolapua.
Remember I gave my aloha for as long as the waves meet the sand. Remember when I said I love you. Stars look down and they understand. The whispering breeze told the mountains, the flowers and trees seem to know. Remember, I gave my aloha for as long as the trade wind shall blow. The whispering breeze told the mountains, the flowers and trees seem to know. Remember, I gave my aloha for as long as the trade winds shall blow.
A little while ago when we introduced Carmen Lombardo, we said we have him with us every year. He's one of the big growing group of radio and music and motion picture people. Come over all the time, now being joined by many a tired businessman who makes it a point to get out to Hawaii once every year, and we love to see him too. Good people come to this land to see us, and we make them feel at home and send them back by ship or plane with the wrinkles from their faces and their hearts more happy. Old Doc Edwards speaking from Hawaii. Honest, though, you ought to try it sometime. Anyway, I started out to introduce a song Carmen Lombardo did for us last year. And we do it now for him about this island, Oahu.
Come back.
beach, your flowers and your skies of blue.
The beach at Waikiki, the rolling surf humming. Oh, how I long to see and hear the people sing and play.
Upon their ukulele,
Never know who you'll meet next at Waikiki. You remember those famous movie names? Constance, Norma, Natalie, Talmadge? Well, I just ran into one of them. Looking as pert as ever, Constance Talmadge. Come over, Constance. Good.
Red?
Will you say hello to the people?
Aloha? Did I say it right,
Yeah.
Red?
I'm going to tell the people this program is completely unrehearsed. Isn't that what they say on the radio?
Yes, they do.
Well, who's your friend, China? Is that George Brent's sister?
Marin is George Brent's sister.
Very happy to have her with us, too, with a ginger layoff.
Yes.
Constance, you know what we make people do on this broadcast? We make them introduce Hawaiian numbers. You think, how are you on your pronunciation?
Oh, very bad, I'm sure.
You are. All right.
What is that?
This is the song, you know the song that goes, now is the hour?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I'm not going to sing it, so relax. That song is really not a new hit song, as many people thought, but it's an old Maori song that came from the far South Pacific. We've been singing it out in these parts for 15 or so years. We're going to show you how it originally sounded, and then follow it up with the English version, Now is the Hour. Alfred Apaka and all the singers will sing it, and you have to introduce it. Here it is, spelled H-A-E-R-E. Go ahead.
Now, how do I say it,
Just
please,
go up
again?
and introduce it. We now introduce
Now is the hour, in other words.
H-A-E-R-E, ha-airy, and quit shaking.
Yes, I am shaking, too. Everybody on the mainland, I am shaking for you. I mean, for me. Ha-I.
Ha-airy.
Ha-airy.
Ra.
Ra.
You're in.
Ra-ra.
Thank you, Constance Talmadge. We're going to sing it for you now.
Thank you, Webb, for letting me be on Hawaii Calls. I'm so glad to be actually on it after hearing it on the mainland for so many years.
Well, thank you, Constance Talmadge. We're very happy to have you with us.
Aloha.
Aloha no. That's what they say. It means aloha yes.
He'll make a big stew, he'll make a big boy, he'll make a big old.
He'll make a big stew, he'll make a big boy, he'll make a big old.
Jim, that says it's time for a word from you.
Hawaii Calls, music of the islands from the islands. And each week, the friendly greeting of the people from across the sea. A few seconds here to say that Hawaii Calls has come with the Banyan Lanai of the Moana Hotel on the beach at Waikiki. With the good wishes of all our Hawaiian islands, Hawaii, Lanai, Maui, Molokai, Oahu, and Kauai. Our program is produced and narrated by Webley Edwards. Al Kealoha Perry leads the Hawaiian singers. Jim Wall speaking, and here's Webb again.
Remember, new time on many of these stations starting next week. 2 hours later, 9 p.m. New York current time. That's for the Midwest, South, East, but not the West Coast. Now in the language of their people, Honolulu and Annie speak for all the people of Hawaii.
Aloha, aloha, ahiai, ya o ko a polo.
Ahui ho kako, ike ia po'ano ai. Aloha no.
Until we meet again, whether here in the islands or through the air next week, as Hawaii Calls. Broadcasts has come from the islands through Radio Hawaii, KPOA of Honolulu, then by shortwave to the mainland. This is Hawaii. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.